This episode of Toy Time is brought to you by Renata Crawley. Miss Crawley is an elementary school teacher in McDowell County, North Carolina. These photographs are all pictures of what we call lichen. Lichen is found naturally outdoors on trees and in nature areas. Take a moment to make a prediction. What do you think lichen is?
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Renata Crawley, and I'm coming to you from McDowell County. And if you're watching this, I hope you take the opportunity to go outside. I tried to get this videoed outside, but we didn't have good reception. So after the video and after the lesson, I'll talk to you about where you can go and find the lichen that I'm going to talk about. So my main question is, what is lichen? Now, a lot of people think that lichen is moss, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. You'll see it on trees, you'll see it on rocks and stumps and things like that, benches. And some people think that it is a moss. And if you were to define what a producer is, we could say that producers are green because they have chlorophyll and they make their own food through the sun, right? They take in sunlight, water, and CO2, and they use that to make a glucose to keep them alive. So they don't have to go and get food for themselves. They make their own food, right? And then some people think that lichen is a fungus. And we know that some fungus are decomposers. You can find them in the soil. You can find decomposers. Bacteria could be a decomposer. Mold on bread could be an example of a decomposer. We always like to think of FBI as decomposers: fungus, bacteria, and insects. So today we're going to just focus on lichen. So let's just look at the color of it, because this is called leafy lichen, and there's lots of different kinds. This is called shrubby lichen, and it looks kind of like a tree. And you can see the leafy lichen actually grows on the tree, and it's sort of flat, and it looks kind of like lettuce. And then the shrubby, here's some actually on a stick, so it grows up and it has these little branches that come out. And then there's what we call crusty lichen that looks like this, and so you really can't peel it off. So there's three main types of lichen that are categorized. So it really fits all the categories. It is green, and it is found on other places. It is considered a type of fungus. You can see it on trees, you can see it on rocks. But the cool thing about lichen is that it's actually a producer and a fungus that live together in a symbiotic relationship. So both benefit each other. And what I mean by that, if you look at this picture right here, this is part of an algae cell, and the fungus will have these little hyphae growing down, and it encases the algae. And what it does is it can penetrate the cell wall, and it will actually feed from the algae. So when you look at this, you can think of a little actual ecosystem, like a little greenhouse. So the fungus part protects it. Think of a blueberry pie. This is the crust, and that's the fungus, and the blueberries are the algae. It's in the middle. So while the algae provides the food, the fungus provides the moisture and the water and the protection of the algae, which is really cool. Now, a lot of people think that lichen are bad if you see them on your trees. They're actually not breaking down the trees. They're just living there. They don't have to get nourishment from the tree because they're getting it from the algae, and they like to grow in sunny places. However, if you see algae grow or lichen growing on your tree, that's a sign that it might be in poor nourishment. So you might want to see if that plant could get some more minerals or more sunlight or pruning or something like that, because that would be a sign that it's in poor health. So one really cool thing I want to talk about is you can tell how clean your area is by the lichen that grows there. So if you see the leafy lichen, it has to have clean air, and the shrubby lichen is the best indicator for clean air. And so, what I would love for you to do today on this beautiful sunny day, or it's sunny here in McDowell, is just to go out in your woods or right along in your yard, look for lichen on the trees, and look and see if you can find shrubby lichen or the leafy lichen, or even the crusty lichen that's kind of stuck on there. If you do, then that's a good sign that you have clean air where you live. And if you'd like to draw some pictures of that, keep you a journal. Draw different types and label them, and you can be a naturalist while you're out during these next couple weeks, and you can share with me your drawings. I'm Renata Crawley, and I have a Facebook page, so you can share those drawings with me. All right, go outside. I wish I could be outside right now, but unfortunately, we have poor reception. So, to answer the question, what is lichen? It is both a producer and a fungus living together in a symbiotic relationship. Thank you. Have a good day. Go outside. Nurture your nature.
Science is everywhere. It is always fun to go outside and find examples of what you learn about in your science lessons. Ask a parent or a grown up to go outside with you and explore the trees around you for examples of lichen. If you find any examples, take a sheet of paper and draw a picture of what you see. It is so much fun to keep a science journal, and that's a great idea for something fun you can do while school is closed.